Hello, everybody. Welcome back. As you can see, we are slowly but surely adding trees, greenery, and making a really real wooded area here. It takes time to make a wooded area. Darn, these trees take forever to place. But I've managed to get a couple of vines and everything like that in here. The pools are still going. And yes, the one big thing that we have added or amended is our moonroof. And I think it's looking pretty good. I replaced that teeny tiny window. And for some reason, let's take a closer look here. I could swear I actually changed that so that it didn't. You know what that is? That is the beam. That is making the circle not quite a circle. There you go. Much better. Let's do that on the other side as well. So I've kept the beams. I haven't changed those, but as you can see, the one thing I have changed is put a couple of steps in here. And I have a whole new moonroof. So if we come down here and move across here and look up at the sky, there's your moon. And I think that is as close as a central moon that we can get. Let me know what you think of that. I'm liking it. I've used the archway blocks that are in the pool and I've put them up here. Let me just move this beam over just a smidgen more. And then we come back to the perfect circle. There we go. And of course we have the triangular portion. The moon's in our face. Let's look at it the other way. And you'll see I've echoed that triangle on the side of the roof. So that's what it looks like from the top. It's just got like a mini triangle there. And let me know what you think of that. It's way bigger. It's way bigger. Okay. I have recorded building this, so I will drop it in a little bit later. The one thing I didn't record, and I thought I was, is the completion of the second lower level, because clearly I didn't push the right button. All right, let's go down here. As you know, this is our bath area. And if we go through here, I have sort of, oh wow, check the trees. Oh wow, okay. We are going to have to move some of the trees. Wow, they've got deep roots. Hold on. Dang it. Okay, fine. I didn't do that. The trees did that. Oh my goodness. All right, there's another one here. I just placed the trees. I didn't ask them to come through the house. Okay, that might not actually be the right tree for that place. I'll have a look at him later. Let's just take him out of the equation. What do you say? Are there any more invading this area? I don't think so. All right. That was weird. So if we go in through here, I have put another moon. I don't think I've got my headlamp on. No, I don't. So this light is reflecting from over here somewhere. But I have put another moon just hanging in that archway, which I think is quite cool. And then if we go down the stairs, let's just walk, shall we? I've put flowers on the sides. I've also put lights on every second step. I'm still flying on time. Yes, I am. As you can see, to light up the whole staircase. And these little path lights actually work quite nicely. They don't have to be put into the ground. They just are separate. Like, why am I selecting everything but what I want? They will go wherever you want them to, including on, well, not the side, because they only fit on 90-degree angles. But we have a lovely big garden here underneath the stairs. I have used the mosaic. It does lead up to the bed. We have, as I spoke about in the previous video, we have some seating on this side. You know, if you've walked from here to there and you're tired and you just want to contemplate stuff, we've got that. We've got the vines, which sort of just echo that. And then we've got the archway here, or like a little, I don't know what's that called, in the dining room. And then we've got a bowl of fruit, of course, on the table. So that is the dining area downstairs, the sitting area, and of course the bed, which I really love this bed. I want this bed. Now, you guys saw this, but you didn't see that. I built this. I recorded this, but you didn't see it. So, the dressing area with the double wardrobes and all the mirrors, with the decals on the wall, the bath area, and then a toilet fit for a queen or a princess or the ruler of the moon temple. I thought it was pretty cool. That is what we have here. I had fun with these little blocks again. I just used them between the wall-mounted basin and the little cupboard. I think that's cute. We have these dresses and lots of fanciness on the walls. The only thing I didn't put in here, and you know, the toilet roll, it's just going to have to be in a drawer. It just didn't seem right to put a toilet roll on the door. And then, of course, this is a replication of the storage area with the leaf decal, and then the moon decal, which is on the front of the temple. It's not the best phases of the moon that I've ever seen, but you know what? It's all I could find. So that is our downstairs area. Let me know what you think of the completed fit for a I don't know, I've never done such an ornate toilet in my life, but I just couldn't resist because it was just telling me it had to be done. We have stairs, we have the whole toot. And now we start our journey back up and have a look at the kitchen area, because this is the last place that we have to go. Oh look, there's another tree. Oh, wow. Okay, up you go. There we go. This is going to be the kitchen area. That is going to be an trees everywhere. Okay, which one are you? Will you allow me to select you? Okay, that worked. It'll teach me to put trees in without actually figuring out. It's not that one. Definitely not that one. Okay. That one. Yes, it is. Okay. I have got these square lights in simply because. And now, thinking about a kitchen in this, do you put a fire? Or do you put, we have a bathroom downstairs. It has a bathtub. It has a flushing toilet. Do you put a fire that you cook over? Or do you put, I don't know, a fancy oven? I really am unsure about that. So let's have a look here. I'll go to functional cabinets. Do we go with the straight kitchen style? Well, not that one, but you know what I mean. I don't think that would work. I'm thinking that shape. Or do we just go with sort of leaning towards the same sort of just tables with a few chairs and lots of shelves? Let me put something in and then we can decide if it looks weird or if it actually will work. First of all, I'm going to use these cabinets. Let us see. We don't have much option here. We need more options here. I'm leaning towards just a hint of blue in the top. Wonder how that'll look. Let's try it and see. I like that, but that only comes with a single sink. Okay, we'll do the double sink. Okay, we're gonna have to move these windows up. This looks out into the void as well. So it's not like, there we go. It's got a hint of blue to it. Can you see that? If I take these lights, let's just change them to RGB and change them to that blue that we've been using. Love the way it instantly makes it blue. That. And then that becomes a bit more blue. Alright, I can live with that. The only thing I can't live with is this terrible finish on the walls. But we'll get to that. Now, this fire, what I've done, if you step close to this fire and then go up, we can't really put a chimney here. But what I've done is I put some vents on the back of the temple so that the smoke can sort of just come out here and just blow away into the trees if they're using the fire. How's that? I just was like, and why not? Okay, so I think that pattern is going to be the best. We can maybe take this pattern off. Take these rectangles maybe. Doesn't work, I say with indecision in my voice. I'm ignoring the fireplace for now. It could be fun. And that literally hits just underneath the windows. So, yay. And then if we take that, maybe we can... that. Actually, I've never been a throw metal at everything, but I quite like that. I really do. It just sort of gives it a bit of polish. And then if we light this fire, you get the reflection on it, which is pretty darn good. Yeah, what the heck, let's do that. Now, I think for the walls, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch this color. It does make it pop. You see, I just missed the end bit. But I was also thinking, someone mentioned the archways. So maybe we need to incorporate the arches still in the kitchen. So can we please do that? Okay, that works. What color did I actually paint these? Again, it's the rougher feel to it, but that will work. But I then think we need, what color is this? So it's drab blue too. Alright, if I go here, it sort of gives it a little bit of moodiness. And then we can put the white cabinets in front of it. It'll look quite fun. We could probably keep the fire here, but then add electrical equipment as well. Because, you know. Okay, let's take some more cabinets. Okay, if I do that, we're going to lose surface. It's not too bad, actually. Actually looks finished, polished, and just a little bit over the top. I quite like that. Should we do that? Finish it off with a block like that. And then where there aren't any cupboards, we can just continue it down or get one of those, this one. Can we make it? Yes, we can. So, if for example, oh, look at that. Yes. Oh, I can do that. Let me know what you think. This build has been a collection of very interesting stuff. I went from gold everything in my competition to over the top and silver. But hey, if it works, it works. All right, let's start with the chimney, shall we? Know what? Now, the question I'd like to know is, yes, I can do this with you. Oh, you're so smart. Okay, that definitely looks a lot better, except you need to move just a smidgen. Should we put... I don't really want to put another arch here. I think that will work just as it is, but I think we need on there. What do you think of that? Is that too over the top? Or for this particular kitchen, I think it's just right. It's not exactly in the center of the circle. Can you see that? It's the cupboard's fault. I blame the cupboards. It is what it is. The only other way would be to put another small archway, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to literally leave the lights on the outside, and I can't switch this one on, so we're going to have to put a light in there. You know, seeing as we playing with LEDs, let's just do the LEDs. Okay. That livens it up a lot. Yes, I apologize for the slightly off center. There is very little I can do other than move this over slightly. It won't completely level it, but it's better. We'll make it even better by putting stuff there. Now we've got herbs. Where are our herbs? Are they here? Yes, they are. We've got lots and lots of herbs that we can hang up here. Now we have options, so I'm going to go for colorful. On the one side, and maybe the dried options on the other. What do you say? Gotta have, oh, whoopsie. Gotta have some marjoram. Will you fit there? Yes, you will. I like that. Well, let's do the same sort of thing on this side, but with the dried ones. With the basil, it's nice and chunky. No. Let's fill in some little gaps here and there. There we go. Because of the color, it looks different on each side. So should we put a scroll on the wall? You know, just these are your instructions for your herbs. After 5 days, please swap them over to this wall. I think so. So we have cooking, we have, excuse me, that's why I actually went for a break, because I was feeling coffee, not the drink, the reaction. All right. Now, for the fire, we are going to need a cauldron. I think we will go with silver. No, is it going to sit on the fire? No, it's not. That's fine. we make it? There we go. And then we've got the vents at the top there to let all the steam out. I think I am going to take this all the way up. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. And then we can have a table or two with some prep stuff on it. Now, usually the table that I like is the workbench. Maybe the bar table. That would work. Keep that sort of color. And then this. Let's keep these along a smidgen. There we go. And then I think on this side we can do the table. Where's our skinny table? This one. So that's a little prep table, and then we need a huge table in the center. I think that's probably the largest table, but I'm thinking of that one for some reason. Yes. And a couple of chairs, of course. These are going to be the basic kitchen stuff, which will probably be I think that'll work. We can always hang a couple of things on the walls here. Couple of things, and then of course we need real lights as opposed to this. So let's go pinch this light here. Doesn't give us much light as I thought it did, but it'll be enough. And of course the potion pot will dull down some of that orange. Potion pot. The cauldron. Okay, what other lights are we going to put in here? I can't see something serviceable. For some reason, I just can't. Maybe something like this. Not very bright, though. I don't want the moon lamp. Maybe that. Why can't we make that silver as well? Okay, let's see what that looks like. Take that off. Actually, that fire is quite intense, isn't it? Sorry, we shall counteract that fire totally. Very bright, but that'll work. So let's pinch that. Can we please have it? Thank you. We're going to pop this on the wall over here. That's very pretty. We've got plants. We got stuff. We got... Wow, do you see those sparks reflecting on the back thing? Is that coming from the fire? That's quite cool. I like that. What else do I need in the kitchen besides food and stuff? What do you suggest? Changes? Stuff? Other stuff? Let me know. We've got lots of vases floating around here still that we can pop in the kitchen. These can probably go by the fire, by the stove. You won't fit on there, but you will fit there. But yeah, so this will be the final place. I'll come back and show you once we are done. And I think it's close to the end of the temple build. I think on Wednesday we'll come back. I'll show you where we've got to with the garden as well, because what I actually want to do outside here is I have built up, as you can see, a lot of greenery and plants. I've still got to add more onto the temple itself. Okay, that's floating. Why is that floating? It's just weird. It's supposed to be over here somewhere. And we've got the vents at the back here. That sort of, this little bush is covering. That's for the cooking. So you don't have like a chimney. And then I was thinking we can maybe build a little tent in the corner here, so that it's like someone's been camping here and keeping an eye on the place. Now, the last thing I'm thinking of is, just don't know where they are. I think something like that as a tent. I think that is the best tent-like structure for that one. I'm not sure which one would be best. So let's go to material. Musty fabric. Wrinkled suede. Torn. I quite like the wrinkled suede. But it's still got zebra on it. Why am I doing that? Maybe we don't need pattern. The stripes would work if we didn't have them in black and blue. Maybe in like a brown. It will work. Okay, and that would probably be like metal that's slightly corroded, and the edges would probably also be like that. How do we place this? We need a wall to place it. I don't think we even have a wall to place it. Let's see. Nope. Yep. Okay, so if I put that there, and then I go and get the other one, which is that one. Which one's bigger? Clearly that one. Okay. I think a larger tent would be good. And then we can pop it in the grounds. And then that mattress of ours, Actually, you know what? I would probably go for a not too damaged mattress, but we don't really have that. Where is the mattress? Where is the mattress? Can we break it a little less? Probably not. There we go. And then we can put probably a campfire and a couple of odds and ends, but that is my thought process. Let's take that one away. We're going to need some light around here, so let's get our light. It'll work. We need some boxes, we need some stuff, we need wheelbarrow with some soil in it. That on the side here. And a couple of other things. So that will be our next job. We'll be coming back. I'll take you for a walk through with any of your suggestions, and we can finish up our little, I put in inverted commas, caretaker's tent. Let me know if I should build him an outhouse, because that will be fun. So guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. I have included the clip somewhere in this of the part of the construction of the roof, so you can actually have a look and see how that happened. And then we're almost done. So thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far, please subscribe. I hope you have a lovely day. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.